3, 2.
We're going. This is it. This is it, baby. We are going. This is the High Button podcast. You know, Jeff, when you're tired and you're at a certain level of exhaustion, you become a little loopy. And loopy in my line of work and my experience with this podcast, I think is good. Because when you're loopy, you let your brain take control. And when you're tired,
You spill the secrets?
No, there's no secrets. It's just your mind's just kind of in control. It's so tired, it doesn't care really what comes out. It's just you say what you say. Not that I don't say what I say anyways. I don't even know if this is making sense. But when you're at a certain level of exhaustion, have you ever ran that's a bad example. I was going to say ran a marathon, but you probably have, aren't you? Isn't that why you're tired though? Because you're running?
Yeah, pretty much. Not a marathon, but I'm training.
For what?
I don't know. Maybe a half marathon next.
Oh, like the
then
Blue Nose?
Then a full marathon. Oh, that's easy.
What got you into running?
Oh, needed to get out of the house. Got tired of working out.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to change it up. I think running's a little more, I don't know, just like a little more fun. You can go out, do trails, do all sorts of different things. You're outside. Working out's cool, but I have to force myself into it a little more. So I kind of made the switch.
You wear headphones?
I wear an AirPod, yep.
AirPod?
One AirPod. And I've been listening to Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And it's listening, so he narrates it. And obviously one of the greatest actors of our generation. It's awesome. You should try. Going for a run.
McConaughey.
Yeah. You a fan?
Yeah. Trying to think of the last thing.
Interstellar?
Yeah, that was a trip.
Mm.
Interstellar, they went to space.
Oh, yeah. He
And
got
then-
caught in the void.
Yeah, he was in the bookshelf the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Dazed and Confused.
Oh my God.
That was one of his first big ones.
That movie.
Yeah.
That movie is an escape. Dazed and Confused. That just remind, like, you talk about like being at your parents' house and like getting an escape. Like you just zone out to that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Dazed
Yeah.
and Confused. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Made you realize that everyone else was kind of like, what are we doing with this life? It's a perfect movie for like your 20s, younger.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to do?
And that's his age, man. He would just moved there. That was one of his first big breaks. Imagine having Dazed and Confused be one of your first gigs.
Oh, it was his first.
It was like,
movie?
yeah, it was one of his first movies. He was super young in it.
Yeah.
Super young.
I don't
yeah.
have anything against McConaughey. He's like he's got that Texan flavor. He's got that.
I think
he's got that swagger.
I think you'd like him, man. He's got a real swagger. And
You've
the way.
met him?
No, I'm listening to his memoir.
So how does he get all the green lights?
I don't know. He just powers through.
So he runs red lights.
Yeah, he there's almost like there is no red lights. Like he was in Australia for a year living in this like Harry Potter under the bookshelf type situation with this family, and instead of letting it break him down, he made it the most important year of his life, came back, moved to Hollywood. You know, he was going to be a lawyer. Just a very wise guy.
Wise?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you'd like it.
Yeah, I'll take a listen. McConaughey.
Green Lights. Well, you know what he did to write the book? He went off into the woods for an entire month, cut himself off from society, and wrote and recorded the whole thing, and then came back and just released it. No help. I swear to God, just out in the woods. It might have been even longer than a month. No connection.
No Wi-Fi.
Nothing. I don't even know if he had power.
So like
He
his
just
wife
sat
and
there.
kids didn't know like
No,
if he was
they
alive
weren't.
or
They
not.
weren't there. No, it was just him in the woods to finish this book that he had been starting and wanted to put out. So it's good.
That's a luxury.
Mm.
You couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
No. No.
Imagine that, just being like, all right, guys, I'm disappearing for a month to go write a book. That's some like rich people stuff.
I know.
I'll be right back.
I saw the other day that Big Brother Canada was doing auditions, a show I know I could go and win if I did. But I was like, well, the way life's gone, I can't leave for 2.5 months in the middle of the winter. So I guess that dream will have to wait on ice. Yeah. Reality show.
Oh, where they're stuck in the house.
Yeah. I've been watching it forever. I think I could win it.
I always thought I'd be good. That show, Big Brother, I don't think I'd be good at, but I think I'd be good at Survivor.
Yeah?
I think I'd be okay at Survivor.
Okay. Have you seen it?
Yeah, oh my God. Growing up, that was my... I think it was on every Thursdays.
Wednesdays. Well,
Wednesdays?
maybe Thursday when you're growing up. It's Wednesdays now.
Thursdays or NBC or ABC, something. CBS, one of them. Man, that was the show growing up. You just couldn't. I think it was Thursday. You just couldn't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it was on in the summers. You'd come home from wherever you were, like a day camp, whatever I was doing, Masquaw probably, and you just know once it hits 7 o'clock, it's go time.
Who is your guy? Because I'm a bit of a Survivor historian, so I kind of know the eras. I'm
probably
curious.
Boston Rob was my guy.
Yeah,
I love Boston Rob. I loved who was that? Roger, the big guy.
Yeah,
Roger was a great guy.
Yeah,
There was a guy.
That's way back.
Yeah, there was a guy. Oh man, he's like a space cadet. He's from California. I think he won it.
Okay.
Oh man, he was so spacey, but he ended up just winning based off his like there's no way you win that game without like grit, because once people find out you're good and you know how to maneuver around people and manipulate people, they're gonna vote you out. So then that's when it kind of comes down to winning the challenges. So if you're good, you can only be so good as when it comes to manipulating people. You have to be good at challenges athletically and oh man,
Pretty much.
It's such a great show.
Oh, I know. I still watch it to this day.
It's not just Big Brother. Isn't Big Brother just mostly? Is there challenges with Big Brother?
Yeah, there's
like
challenges.
Physical challenges.
Yeah, they're a little more hokey. It's like
What is
little
hokey?
hokey is in like, like memory puzzle stuff like that. Not like Survivor physical where you're going out into the water and hauling back and then ring tossing. Like it was a little less intense. But Big Brother, they're in the house for 70 to 100 days with cut off from the outside world, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
the whole
my
idea.
issue. The thing I like about Survivor is that you have a beach and you can just kind of walk away for a minute.
Yeah.
You can get your thoughts together. That Big Brother, I can't.
No.
I need time to think.
There's like 350 cameras in the
No.
Big Brother house. Every single room has a camera. And there's live feeds. So that's the whole thing. The people at home can watch live 24 hours a day.
What?
Through the entire summer. Yeah.
So wait a second. So what if
Yeah.
not in the bathroom?
Yeah, well, the deal is that like there's someone in a control room, similar to me right now, going from camera to camera, and they'll have 4 cameras on at once. So if someone goes to the bathroom, they just won't show that camera, but say they go in there to talk strategy and not use the washroom, then they'll show the camera, and everyone always is wearing one of the mics that you use for the mic'd up, and it's all live for the entire summer.
Are they allowed to what the fuck? Are they allowed to?
Yeah, they're allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah?
It's just if you want to do it live on TV,
No
pretty
way.
much. Yeah, yeah. People get suspended because they say like racist, all these offside shit, right? So they'll expel them from the game. But if you get into that rhythm,
No, see, that's too much.
you'd be done, eh?
No, I need my space. I need to be able to walk away for a minute.
So that's the difference with Survivor is like it's an edited show. It's an hour long each week, but it's like months later. Big Brother is 3 times a week. It's live feeds 24 hours a day for 3 months straight. So
I
it's
always had
very
a theory
different.
about Survivor when they have to go into the they have to go into the middle of the woods to find like a clue.
Yeah.
And I've always had like this joke about how like the camera guy's with them or her, and the camera guy's going like over here.
Yeah,
Like, it's just
it's a
over.
thing. No, that's a thing. They
Like,
talk about that.
how's someone gonna go in the middle of the woods and find something like
Yeah,
in a oak tree, like a little hole? Like, come
I
on.
know.
The camera guy's obviously going, all right, Dylan, it's right here.
Well, what they do is
on.
the smart survivors will figure out kind of like they'll go on random walks, and if the cameramen, they all know where the clues are or where the idols are. So if they see that the camera starts to follow them when they're going on their walks, or or the camera are hustling each other up, they're like, all right, follow. Then they know they might be sniffing around it. If they go down a random path and none of the cameramen blink an eye and they just let you go off without a camera, you're probably not close to the idol. So
Yeah.
to your point,
It's
yeah,
a hot and cold
It's
thing.
a whole thing. You got to read it.
Yeah, you got to read it big time.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. You on Survivor? They accept Canadians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just started.
I don't
like
know how
5
these
years
people
ago.
get time off work.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, what are they doing to be able to take? How long is the whole thing? 6 months? 2 months?
No,
A
it's
month?
probably around 60 days for
2
Survivor, and then probably around more like 110 for Big Brother. They sequester you.
110 days now. Big Brother, that's another.
They sequester you for 2 weeks beforehand, just put you in a hotel room, cut off from the outside world, and they chuck you in the actual game, and it's however long you go. until you get voted. If you get voted out, if you win.
Wow.
750 grand though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Survivor's $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah, Survivor's always been $1 million.
Wow.
Big Brother upped the price a few years ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Inflation.
You gotta get paid. If you're
Yeah.
taking time off work, even if you're out first, you still got to make up what you lost.
Yeah, and you make per diem too. So the longer you stay, like the more you. I think it's like $1,000 a week.
Oh yeah.
So even if you don't win, but you stay till, one of the last weeks, you're bringing home a decent chunk.
Reality TV's taken off, eh?
Oh, I love it.
It's pretty much taken over. I'd say probably over 50% of the television market.
Mm-hmm.
Like reality TV's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. You do something, there's probably a camera following you. What is it, Selling Sunset? And then you got the Housewives of New York,
Yeah.
LA, Atlanta, every state.
Yeah, Love is Blind, all
Love
the
is
dating shows.
Blind.
The Bachelor is obviously the classic.
Oh my
The
god,
dating
there's
shows
so
are
many. What's
crazy.
Sarah has like Hey You or something on that thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I wake up to like housewives fighting. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? No
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, reality TV, that's the real deal. I guess podcast, that's kind of reality TV or reality internet. Like, is this reality?
In some form. I think Behind the Button would be like reality TV. more
Reality,
like it.
reality, like cheap YouTube.
Yeah,
Reality.
yeah. I watched a Behind the Button of yours last night where you went to the Ford dealership and you delivered gifts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You were coming off in ear surgery.
Yeah.
Popped up on my thing.
I was battling.
And you were like, yeah, this really fucking hurts. But you're out there in the big Ford truck.
Yeah, it was freezing. And it was like right before Christmas, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I had to get the gifts out. I was like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, those quarter zips are almost here. Check the UPS
Really?
tracking. Oh my God, I can't wait. They're going to be a great Christmas gift for everyone. It sucked last year not having anything to give away. Not give away, but like for people to buy
Yeah.
to give for Christmas. But, it is what it is. We'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
What'd your mom say?
My mom was like, I gave her one of those bags, like the new grocery bags we've got or whatever, like the tote bags. And she's like, oh, thanks. She's like, you know what? I was thinking the other day, like, maybe like you can get some high button stuff and we can send it out to the relatives in Toronto. And like that can be like a part of our Christmas gift. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Just fresh out of ideas, like,
Hell yeah.
50 years into the marriage. Just like, all right, let's get her going.
Hell yeah.
35 years, I guess, more like. But yeah. So they were all over it.
We can
It's a
do it.
high button Christmas.
I can't wait for Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll remember last Christmas because we had the ice jam right after. Christmas was stressing.
Yep.
I remember I was getting my gifts and I just couldn't even focus.
I know. I was the same way.
I sound like a 2-year-old. I was getting my gifts.
It was all you thought about.
I was getting my gifts.
What'd you get?
Oh man, all I ask for is gift cards. It's because I'm so picky.
Mm.
It's like thank you.
I remember I got you a gift once, the Florida Gators shirt. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Way
Sarah
back
took
in
that.
the day.
Took it right from me.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't seen that bad boy in a while.
Oh, that's gone.
I'm going back to Florida. Eh?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
When are you going?
Should probably let you know.
When?
End of February
No.
for a week.
Don't we have something into February?
No, not really.
Yeah, we got the end of February, so like the 24th.
It's like the 20. It's
Oh,
like
no,
the
you're right.
26th to like the 2nd of March.
How
so
funny
it's
is
just
that?
one weekend.
We got nothing the 26th.
Well, yeah, I tried to plan it that way.
Well, no, I guess the day you get back, we got a bunch of stuff.
It's like the Monday, the last week of February. That Monday to the next Monday.
We'll figure that
So
out.
I'll miss one weekend.
We'll figure that out. We haven't even gotten to the podcast. We're just shooting the shit. I love it. Hopefully people are still listening. If so, thank you very much. I was listening to actually our podcast in the car the other day. I usually don't listen.
Yeah.
But I was just like, man, I got to see if these things are good or not. So I just chucked one on. They're not bad.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't terrible. Like, I was listening and I was,
Semi-entertained.
yeah. As weird as that sounds, like you're listening to yourself and you're just zoned out driving. You ever drive and you 20 minutes pass and you're like, whoa, how did I get here?
Oh yeah.
It was like one of those drives. So I think that's a good thing because you're just zoned out on the podcast.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day when I was driving your car back from Centennial when I had to come back here because we have the same car, but you have your seat cranked up so high and you have the back so flat. Like,
Oh, yeah?
like you're literally like driving like 10 and 2 like this. Like when I'm in the car, it's like an experience. Like I'm going seat warmers on. I've got it all the way back, like the back, like I'm leaning back. I've got the sunroof open a little bit so I get a little hot and cold in there. You know, I get my podcast on or I put the radio on. I'm just cruising through the radio channels. Like, it's an experience when I drive. When you drive, it's like,
Yeah, it's point A, point B.
yeah,
I'm there to work.
No,
You're the guy
no.
everyone's honking at.
No, I'll be
yeah.
cruising around. I'll be cruising, but you know, it's an experience. Like if I'm gonna have to drive to Cape Breton or Moncton every other weekend, and you know, go to
Yeah.
Centennial and everything, it's like I gotta enjoy driving. I don't want to be stiffed back,
No.
pumped up.
I'm not like Granny 10 and 2 over the wheel. I'm just up and I'm focused. I'm trying to get where I'm going. You should see, Jeff, I'm not, you know, if you ask me right now, not now, if it's 5 o'clock rush hour and you ask me to get, where would be a tough place to get to rush hour? You know, if you ask me to get downtown Halifax in 20 minutes,
Yeah,
I could do it. Like I'm not sitting here.
yeah.
I could do it. I know these streets. I know how to get around. I know how to use a blinker, right, left. I know how to drive. I'm there to drive. I'm not trying to go through an experience. I hate driving. It's the worst thing ever. Why do you think I work out of my basement? I'm not
Yeah,
trying.
you hate it because you're cranked up to the wheel with your back like it's on a friggin'
It's other
stretcher.
Other drivers are not. Whew. It's like you. We're honking at you. Like you're
No,
out
no,
there for
there's no honking.
You're out there for the experience. I'm there to get there. That's why I.
Yeah, but if I start trying to do what you do, I just overthink it, and I'm like, oh, if I cut off, I go down this side road, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, this was pointless. You know what I mean? Like, if I tried to go fast and all these things, it's like I may as well just sit in it and eat it and enjoy it, rather than side street, stop. Wait, this guy's turning left. Like, I just always overthink it, and it ends up being the same.
No.
I'm sure people can relate to that when you think you're cutting off time.
Yeah, Google Maps really helps. Like it determines traffic and where not to go.
Yeah, Google Maps is one of the humanity's greatest inventions.
It's crazy how people got around on paper maps back in the day. Like how would I would have no idea how to get to Montreal right now in a car if I didn't have my phone. It's crazy how people did cross country trips.
Yeah.
Just holding up a piece of paper going, all right,
Yeah.
this is New York, that's LA, we just got to follow the 107
Yeah.
and we'll get there. It's like, that's just bananas to me. And then
Yeah.
you got to pull over and ask someone in the gas station, excuse me, are we in Arizona or is this Vegas? Like,
Not-
you just,
yeah.
like how do you, it's just
Not to mention, you don't really know like the distances that well. Like on Google Maps, they'll tell you you'll arrive at this time. When you're looking at a paper map, it's like this should take 4 or 5 hours, give or take. Like you don't know.
yeah, you're just looking at your phone like, all right, it's 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
so by the time 8 o'clock I should hit Reno.
Yeah.
That should make
Yeah,
sense.
it's not like plugged in. You will arrive at 8:15 p.m. right on your doorstep of your hotel, halfway across the country, sort of
Wow,
deal.
what an invention.
I know. That's
Like,
what I said.
That's up there with the wheel. You can't knock it. It's up there with the
Yeah.
wheel. Getting there. Think about it. What does the wheel do? It saves time because you're getting there in one motion, straight, along, flat, yada yada. What does the Google Maps app do? Same thing. Saves time. It
Takes
gets you
away
there.
everything else.
I'm not joking. You could put the Google Maps app up there with the wheel.
I agree. I 1,000% agree.
It's a beautiful thing.
I drove across Canada based on Google Maps.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that thing, I might still be in Thunder Bay.
Sometimes you got to get rid of it though. Sometimes you got to just let the road take you. Or where does it know? Sometimes you got to let Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, there's been times where I've turned it off and I said, I'll just try it by myself because you got, an extra 30 minutes to kill. So you just go, what the hell? Figure it out. Maybe I'll pass a street I haven't been down before.
Yeah.
Those are those rare moments when you have 30 minutes to kill. But like I say, when those moments come about, turn the Google Maps off. See where life takes you.
I think when we went to Boston, we Google Maps it, didn't we? The whole.
God, yes. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude, past Moncton, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I could get to Moncton.
Yeah.
And then
You could literally be in Germany for all you know. Like,
No,
it's the
like,
unknown.
it's
the unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a little help.
That's like me when I go up Cape Breton and I pass Port Hood now and I'm trying to go to Sydney. It's like uncharted territory. Up until there, I'm good, but
There.
you know.
Shout out to Google Maps. Jordan Dumais. You kidding me? Guy comes back from Columbus after whatever happened there, that mayhem. Gets hurt, unfortunately. Comes back to the Halifax Mooseheads organization. Puts up 5 points first game back. Stud. What are you thinking if you're Columbus? Ooh, we made a mistake?
Letting them go back down.
Yeah. Or if you're the Mooseheads, you're just saying, Thanks.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Is Columbus good this year? It's too early to tell, but
Not particularly. They weren't supposed to be. They got the second overall pick last year.
NHL. I'm just gonna go standings right quick. I'll see what Columbus's record is. Yeah, 3-2. Whatever. Way too early to tell, but man, that kid is special. That kid is special. 5 points. And when I was watching some of the game on Friday, I believe it wasn't like he was doing anything in particularly special. He was just doing everything right, in particularly. Unbelievable how he was able to put up those 5 points. Does it with ease. It was almost like Drouin. Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But like, I remember when Drouin came back from camp after Tampa. One, he wasn't a happy camper, but he was just going through the motions, putting up 5 points. And you're just like, why is he even here? Well, he should be in Syracuse. But I don't even think Dumais old enough because Dumais, 17, 18? So he can't play in the A.
Okay.
That's why he's not there. He's either NHL or junior. He can't play in the A. But, man, he's going to have a fun year. World Juniors, too.
Yeah, after last year, he got cut. That was brutal.
Man, he's coming back. You got to, man. I'm telling you right now, if I were him, that'd piss me off. Guys like that, they're not let it fly by the seat. Dumais goes to bed when his head hits the pillow every night. He still thinks of getting cut from the World Junior team. I'm telling you right now, especially after the gold medal they won in Halifax. But that,
and how public it was. Like, in fact, everyone knows it happened. Like, it didn't slip under the radar at all.
Oh no, he went home and he's hungry. I think he's still hungry. I watched a little bit of his camp up in Columbus. They have those nice streams for like the preseason, like against inter squad, or they have like these mini tournaments against other teams. But played really well. I'm not sure what his injury was, but I don't know. For him to come back and score 5 points, that's not a fluke. That's a statement. I don't know who the statement's towards. I don't know if it's towards Columbus. I don't know if it's towards the Mooseheads. I don't know if it's towards Hockey Canada. I don't know who it's towards, but it's a goddamn statement. I'm telling you that right now.
And he's working with friend of the show, Jim Midgley. Obviously, he's the head coach, right, of the Moose.
Yeah.
And there was a picture of them, like, before this first game, like, chatting it up. I saw on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're, Midge is... I don't know if Midge is saying, hey, Jordan, green light, go for it.
Yeah, green lights.
I bet he doesn't have that short of a leash. I'm pretty sure 5 points you can... he's going to have some fun this year. We'll see. I got to get to a Moosehead game. They always play on Saturdays, though.
Yeah.
Right? That's a tough go.
It is a tough go.
Saturdays?
Yeah.
They don't play during the week at all.
Maybe every now and then. I think isn't it Friday? Isn't it Moosehead's Friday night hockey?
Yeah, it might be Friday.
Yeah, it might be Friday nights. I could tell you when Shabakta U13 AAA plays though.
Are we doing that? No.
I got a call last night about it.
Did you?
They want it. Yeah.
Did you?
From Billy, yeah. So
that's so funny.
So yeah, it's Saturday nights at 5, so might have to get someone to fill that one. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Said we'd see what we can.
Saturday night at 5?
Yeah. Might be
we got a couple interns messaging me.
Yeah, it might be a Luke deal.
We'll figure it out. That's sick though. And then the goalie for the Mooseheads,
Matthias
Rousseau scoring. He's a goalie and he put the puck in the net.
I know.
What a thing. Unbelievable. He took the puck and said, nah, this is my turn. He said, everyone relax. And he put the puck in the net.
Have you ever seen a goalie like attempt that in real life?
I have, yeah. I have seen it in real life.
Yeah.
I saw it twice. Once in junior. Maybe only once in junior. I think my buddy Tommy for the Max might have tried. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but I definitely saw it once, and the guy failed miserably.
Really?
Oh, it was awful. But but props to him. He tried it. He tried it.
Yeah.
It was sick.
It failed miserably.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Have you scored like a goal like on an empty net or anything from like your own end before? Like that you can remember? Like absolute Hail Marys?
Yep. You look like an idiot if you miss because you look lazy. But I've scored from like my zone's ringette line. That makes sense, like the top of the circles.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I have good aim with like that stuff because of lacrosse. I have really good aim with lacrosse, and somehow it transferred over to like those long shots. I don't know how, but it just
stretch pass. Were you leading with stretch passes?
Stretch pass. Like, I was a good player. I just Those long, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just could do it. It's a weird skill. Put it in the net. But no, Rousseau, what a goal. Blew up all over the internet. That's awesome. And the ball's on the kid to do it. I don't think I could. He tried it. What was it, the fifth game of the season? Pretty early in the campaign, and he just said, yeah, I'm going for it.
He's a stud, man.
Yeah.
He's such a stud.
Is he?
Yeah.
You've met him?
No, I just mean on the ice, like as a player, like a stud player.
Yeah, okay. He's a good goalie.
Really good, yeah.
You got in trouble with the Mooseheads the other day.
I did?
Yeah. You're trying to film their practice.
Oh, yeah, I did. That's true. Dang, yeah, last Wednesday.
Can't be doing that.
Now that we're doing the Woodlawn games, check it out on the High Button Sports YouTube channel. Pretty much every Wednesday night there, the high school, the Mooseheads, RBC, Pad C, that's their rink. Can't be having the streaming cameras pointed for those.
Yeah, we'll see. What? Those are Fridays? Those games?
Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, so that's not terrible.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Helps what?
The schedule and you guys.
Yeah.
I streamed my first game at the Forum.
Mm-hmm.
How many years have I been going at this company for? Almost like 7 years. First stream ever I did at the Forum. It was awesome. It was special. It was up there in the... I don't know if they call it the Pat Connolly press box. No, the Pat Connolly press box at the Scotiabank Center.
Yeah.
But there's some really, I think there's a famous photo of Pat Connolly up there in that press box at the Forum looking down on God knows what game. And, everyone that listens to this podcast knows the Forum has a special place in my heart. And just to be up there with Sean while he commentated and I did camera, I felt like a kid again.
Really?
It was just, oh man, I couldn't care less that I was there for 2 hours. It's working. Like I just had so much fun with it. It was a great time. The angle, it's a little difficult up there, but we're gonna figure it out. And I think it looked good, at least on Sunday. But no, I had a great time walking down that little tunnel. I hit my head on the.
Come on.
What's it called there? The vent.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was laughing. I was still smiling even though I bumped my head.
Yeah.
Got down there. Sean was set up.
Big smile.
Well, sure. I had a bigger smile than him. And I set up the tripod. The game got going. The speaker system. I remember I was we did it at Centennial the other day, but I remember I had to put a little wire in up at the Forum there in the press box, and I swear to God, dust from the '60s fell out. And you're just man, I'm standing in history right now. I'm up in history. And you just look around and you can't help but think, man, I just, within the next 10 years, there's a possibility of this rink being gone. So every time I go back and I do some of these games, I'm going to, definitely take it in, show up maybe a little bit early, smell it, talk to it, ask it how it is. Because the Form's taken care of me over the years for sure, in terms of shelter, in terms of loitering, in terms of warmth, even though it's a rink, but you know what I mean, in terms of free popcorn, in terms of growing as a man, lessons learned on the Civic and the Forum. It's given me so many lessons. So whenever I go back into the Forum to do these Halifax Wolverine games, you better believe I'm going to sit there and just, like I said, breathe it in a little bit, take it in, because moments like that go away quick. And hopefully we put out a good product so other teams in the Forum hire us. We'll see. But no, shout out to the Halifax Forum. Really nice people too. Got to meet some of the staff. Same staff since I was, young.
Yeah.
You just see them. You don't know them, but it was cool to talk to that one guy that opened the door for us. I've never talked to him, but I've seen him since I was 12 years old.
That is pretty crazy.
It is. We're in the Forum. We made it. This is it.
The picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin up there in the media booth too.
Unbelievable.
And
it's crazy that there's a beer bash of him in the Metro Center. I don't know. I had no idea that he was in the Forum. So I wonder, I should look closely to see what year that picture was taken. Because I definitely could find out the year he was in Scotiabank Center. Mm-hmm. So it would be interesting to see how many years before was he in the Forum compared to the Metro Center. Because if he's in the Forum,
he only wrestled for a few years, less than 10. What? So it's gonna be between 97 and 2003 would be my guess.
Why is that? He just
bad knees.
Oh yeah,
bad knees. He kind of just left his mark and said, "I'm done." Same with The Rock. The Rock only ever was in WWE for less than 10 years.
No way.
They were just superstars, and then
And
they
it's
just,
just it takes such
Yeah.
a toll on your body.
Yeah.
I remember I had a babysitter who was obsessed with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Obsessed. Like, it would be my mom would drop me off. She'd go to work, and it would be like Monday at noon, and this guy would just be like in his living room, like doing what he did, like a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just like he'd grab like 2 water bottles, pretending they're beer, and like smash them, and like,
How old were you?
oh Jesus, man. I don't know. I'm so age. I'm so bad with age.
Yeah.
6. Like, you know how you have some of those early memories as a kid? Like, this is just one of them. I remember just sitting there being miserable because it was sunny out, and I just wanted to go play hockey like in the parking lot driveway. But I'm sitting in this place while this guy's watching wrestling, which is obviously a recording because it's Monday in the morning or at noon. They're not
Yeah.
showing wrestling. So this guy's there.
Well, there's Monday Night Raw. That was always the big show that he was on.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be on at noon.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
So back then it's VHS. So
Yeah.
he's recording it on VHS. For all I know, it could have been the same tape. Because I just always remember Stone Cold Steve Austin was on at my babysitter's, like, at a young age. And this guy was just like jumping up on couches, like pretending to wrestle the air and shit. Like, he
Yeah.
would, like, there'd be 2 couches next to each other. He would jump from one couch to the other couch and like body slam it. I'm just sitting there going,
Dude, I had a trampoline. I was
man.
doing the same thing.
I get it, but you're not
Unreal.
supposed to be watching kids.
No, I wasn't. I was the kid at that point, so it was a little more understandable.
Oh my god. Oh, man. I remember coming home from those and just playing hockey. As soon as my mom picked me up, I'd just go home and I'd play hockey all day, all night. Because I was just inside. I was like, I just want to get outside and play.
You a big road hockey guy?
Oh my god, I lived in my
Yeah.
rollerblades. Lived.
Oh, yeah?
Lived. My school was 1 street away, elementary. I'd put my rollerblades on just to go 1 street. Just lived in them.
And it was like the best part of your day. Was that?
No, the best part of the day was coming home.
Yeah, fair enough.
I had a big issue when what's the after school program, like Excel?
Excel.
So I go to Excel, and I just hated it too.
Oh, you were definitely an Excel kid.
So I would just like I said, my house was 1 street away, so I'd always like sneak off and just go. I just rollerblade home, and then the Excel people would call my parents and be like, yeah, I think Justin just went home. He's not here again. And my dad would come home and just scream at me like, we're paying for the XL. You got to stay at XL. And I'm there and just kids playing tag. I don't want to play tag. I want to play hockey. My rollerblades are sitting in my cubby. Get the rollerblades. I'm out. And I'm out. And I just I just go over to my house, literally 1 street over. I remember one time that like a teacher came and just walked over and got me. And I just rollerblade in my driveway on my street all day, shoot pucks, shoot the orange ball, just hockey, nonstop.
Doesn't get much better.
No, man, it's a good time. How much time are we at right now?
33.
33 minutes. Do you want
Yeah.
to talk about Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
I like what he said. We had this conversation about Bedard. It's like, what do you want the guy to say to sell hockey? And then I think it was that day I was watching a post-game interview of Bryce Harper talking about how he loved to play in Philly, blue collar. Wasn't necessarily controversial. Wasn't necessarily a great conversation with the media. It was just pure heart. Pure Bryce Harper. A real human he looked like. He didn't talk like an athlete. He didn't talk like a
guy who's made $500 million.
Yeah, he didn't talk like that. He talked like a guy who really wanted to win the league. He wants to win an MLB championship. What do they call that trophy?
World Series.
No, what do they call the trophy though?
I don't think.
There's no name for the trophy.
No, I don't think a lot of the other
There
leagues don't have like specific names really. It's
So
like
when you win the
NBA champion is like the NBA World Champs.
There's no way. I gotta find that out.
Search it up.
So what do I type in? MLB trophy name?
Yeah.
The Commissioner's Trophy. Dust.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They just call it you win the World Series.
The Commissioner's Trophy.
Like you win the Super Bowl, like you win this World Series. Like you don't really win like the Stanley Cup. You win
The Commissioner's Trophy?
No one calls it that. They call it the World Series.
Yeah, no shit. Who the hell wants to go in a press conference and say, "Yeah, I got 5 Commissioner's Trophies"? That sounds awful. Saying like I got 5 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Woo!
Cup rings.
Kidding me? I got
Yeah.
5 cups.
Yeah.
I got a Commissioner's Trophy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blue ribbon award. For
But it's more,
trying your best.
it'd be like, I'm a World Series champion. That's what you'd
Okay.
refer to. Like Bryce Harper is trying to become a World Series champion. Yeah. Like a Stanley Cup champion, like a World Series champ, NBA champ,
Okay, I
Super
gotcha.
Bowl champ.
We're getting away from the point. I remember back in the day. Why do I always keep talking about back in the day? Life was just so good, I guess. Those
Privilege.
Those Detroit, Colorado battles, and some of those post-game press conferences. Just pure heart, pure human, pure emotion, pure. I give a fuck. Just pure. I want it. I want to win a cup. Not even I want to win a cup. It was I want to beat Detroit or I want to beat Colorado. It was just raw emotion. And I understand from the Bedard aspect of it, of what do you want the guy to say in order to sell the game. Game 2, what do you want him to say? I get it. It's tough for him to sell his emotions. I get that. But watching Bryce Harper the other day in that press conference, I don't even know who asked him whatever. He just went on a rant about how he loves playing in Philly. He loves the blue-collar mentality. That's why he signed there for X amount of years, and he loves competing for those people. In the way he described it, I don't know, it might have been like a 4 or 5 minute rant. Just a beautiful execution of words assembled together. And it made me kind of, not that I'm not watching the MLB playoffs, but I'll admit I'm not glued to the TV right now watching the MLB playoffs. As the Jays aren't in it, you got a little bit of trouble of me sitting my ass on a couch to watch some baseball. Yankees, I'll watch the Yankees, but
Ugh.
just
Gross.
Phillies in Arizona. Like, where's my connection to that? But this is what we're talking about. After that rant, I watched the game the other day. I was like, okay, Bryce Harper's going to put his heart out there to the world, how he feels, his emotions, his determinations of what he wants to achieve. All right, I'm going to see how that plays out in an athletic standpoint on the television, the boob tube, as we like to call it. And it was a good game. He played his heart out. They lost Game 7 tonight. Fun fact, you told it to me. I'll give you credit. First Game 7 for the Philadelphia Phillies in 140 years.
Yeah.
I might make a Philly cheesesteak tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Filthy Phillies actually opened up on Quinpool.
Did they? That's a good spot.
Maybe I'll go get one for the game.
What have you been making? You been making your burritos? I'm always so curious.
I haven't been. I just haven't been
eating. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I won't even eat breakfast. I'll nibble for lunch and dinner, like whatever Sarah's making, and it's usually something light. I got to start eating more. It's bad.
You used to be a machine,
I
man.
know. But like when you got all these things in your head, it's like the last thing you're thinking about is food.
Oh, yeah,
like,
the
look at
weekends.
the list. Like, how many things we got? Today's list, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 things on the list. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things done. The podcast, which we're doing now, so that's 7 things done. So there's 1, 2, there's still 3 things left after this podcast. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, what do you want me to go make a sandwich? I got to get the list done. But yeah, that is what I think the NHL is missing a little bit of during the regular season. Playoffs are playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Playoffs sell itself.
People say that the NHL playoffs, even Americans will say they're the best playoffs in the world, is hockey playoffs.
Yeah.
You'll hear that. Even definitely. The first two round, the first round,
yeah.
the first round and the second round, that's the best playoffs.
I'm trying to debate it with something, but I don't think I can.
No.
Other than like when the Jays were playing against Texas. I just love when the Jays are in the playoffs, man.
Dude, they're like 1-8. Their last last 9 games.
But I just I'll never forget that. Like I'll never like that the Jose Bautista home run, like that's my. And when Kawhi Leonard, I guess when it's just Canadian teams, you know, that like that Raptors run when Kawhi Leonard hit the 3-pointer from the buzzer beater, like that's 90-year-old man out of a straw type stuff.
So what about when the Oilers win this year? Will you have the same energy?
Honestly, yeah, probably.
All right.
If a Canadian team is in there,
I'm flying to Edmonton if they're in the finals.
Like, I don't care. This is what pisses me off about Canadian. Like this whole, why isn't a Canadian team won? If a Canadian team's in the NHL finals and it's Edmonton and you're a Montreal fan, grow up and you're cheering for Edmonton.
I agree.
Just suck it up. I don't even care. Maybe Montreal, Toronto, okay.
What about Calgary? Calgary fans aren't cheering for Edmonton.
Man, I don't know.
You need to know the inner workings of the fan bases.
This is where I differ from people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. Like I will cheer. Man, maybe I won't. I was gonna say I would never cheer for a competitor.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
To win the prize Canada's been going after for like 40 or 30 years now.
I might have to eat my words there. Okay, but that's different. But if Vancouver's in the Cup final, and you're a Toronto fan.
Yeah.
What do you care?
Yeah.
You're cheering for Vancouver.
Yeah.
Even if you're an Edmonton fan, you don't care. Go for it. It's Canada versus USA at that point. Unless two Canadian teams
I might be able to move on Vancouver. The Leafs and Flames, I wouldn't.
What about Montreal?
Yeah, I'd cheer for Montreal. The Sens, I'd cheer for.
Ottawa,
for sure. Winnipeg, I'd cheer for them.
Oh man, oh my God.
Just Calgary and Toronto.
Everyone would cheer for Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Everyone, if they made it to the Cup Finals, everyone would.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryce Harper. That's just what I think the NHL is missing during the regular season. Just a little bit more rivalry, a little bit more heart, a little bit more. And it sucks because the NHL, they'll fine you for speaking your mind.
Yeah.
And the NHL, these NHL guys, they're not making a ton of money, and that must be frustrating. Looking at some of these NBA, what's the guy, the Greek Freak, just signed for 168 million for 3 years.
Yeah. 186 million.
186.
Yeah.
These guys can literally go up on the press booth, media. What do you call it after they do their games there? The media booth. The press stage, and they can literally just mother f this, mother f that. Press conference. Sure. Say how they feel. Get fined $50K and be fine with it and walk away. And you wonder why the NBA. No, I'm not saying that's why the NBA sells. But what does America love? Sports and controversy. It's two things that sell it for sure. Athleticism, controversy.
When
you look at
cash.
ESPN, what do you see every day? You see Stephen A. Smith talking about the latest. He's getting paid $50 million a year. Why can't he do a layup? Why didn't he show up to team practice? What's he doing? He's making controversy. He's stirring things up. In Canada, a little different. In the hockey culture, which, even if you're playing in America, most players down there are from Canada. It's just not in our DNA to stir the pot. It's our job to go home, go to work, make our money, go home, provide for our family. It's a little different. But I think wearing your heart on your sleeves cuts through all that bullshit. If you told the general public how you felt, kind of like I do now, it would sell. It would sell.
Well,
100%.
Did you see all the Evander Kane drama from the past week? Speaking of the Oilers,
I loved it.
But that turned into the biggest, biggest story ever.
In terms of other sports, that's nothing.
I know.
That's the difference. From the NFL the other day? He goes, I'm tired of this. We lost 7 years in a row.
That was pretty nuts. Yeah.
And for Kane to go, I didn't get a lot of ice time, so I'm gonna fight. It's like that's nothing.
But it was such a big deal, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy what people overreact about here. But that's the hockey culture we're in.
Yeah.
But I love it because he wore his heart on his sleeve. You're gonna ask him a question. Why'd he fight? Answer truthfully.
He's gotta play better, man.
That's not the point. I don't care. The point is that he told the truth.
Yeah.
The point is he actually said how he felt. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
It's true. I didn't even hate it either as an Oilers fan. I mean, you hear a lot about it in the news, which is kind of annoying, but you don't want to, we're already at the center of attention with everything else going on. But you're right. A little passion, a little something. Maybe he'll score tonight. Maybe he'll be surprised.
I don't care if he scores or not. Just
you gotta.
He's a good player, man. He's a great fighter. I remember he knocked out Cook when he played for Atlanta. Cook played for Pittsburgh. One of the gnarliest right hands I'll ever see. And Cook at the time was at his peak rattiness. Oh. And I remember that was just such a nice little. How are you?
I remember Cook on Pittsburgh.
Oh, man, he was Don Cherry hated him when he was in Pittsburgh. And it was tough because you had guys like Sid and Dupuis and Kunitz, like all like character, well-respected guys in the league, and they had to stand up for him.
Yeah.
It was tough, but he was going quick.
Remember Max Talbot? I really liked that guy too.
Yeah, Talbot. Absolute legend in Gatineau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shows how he was so. He put up like 100 and something points in Gatineau, and then went to the NHL and was just like a solid third liner. It's crazy how good you have to be at hockey in order to. I sat next to Talbot, like not next to him. He was like 2 rows in front of me at the NHL draft in Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and dudes. He was just like sitting by himself, like no one with him, like just in the fan with the fans. It was the coolest thing ever. The NHL draft's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's a really cool, like a lot of legends just around.
I used to be a big fan because I was obviously an Oilers fan, so it was relevant to me every year. So
Yeah.
I was always a big draft guy growing up.
When we went to Vancouver for the draft, we were going to stay at my buddy Tommy's house, but then my buddy Kevin Power, or I shouldn't say his last name. My buddy Kevin he was there for work, and he had a hotel in the same hotel that all like the players were in, all the coaches, all the scouts, and everything. So Kevin had like he actually got lucked out. He had a room with 2 queens. So me and dude slept on the queen. He had his own queen, and he let us like bunk up with him. It was awesome. So we were just kind of. Anyways, that was a fun trip. That was a great time. And the NHL All-Star game this year is in Toronto. We got to figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. We got to go. We got to figure that out soon because hotels are gonna be.
What week is it?
I want to say February.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
February's gonna be a busy month for the guys, for us. But anyway,
See
that's
in Florida.
No, it's in Toronto.
I said see in Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida. Yeah. What are you doing down there? You got family there?
My parents are going for 2 months, so coach, you're crashing in their spare room, living it up.
That'd be a good time.
Clearwater.
That'd be a good time.
Yes, sir.
All right, what are we at right now?
46.
Yeah, I still got to do other stuff with it too. So let's this we got an announcement coming soon. I'm not going to say it yet. It'll be the first week in November. I think that's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, next weekend.
Is it? Okay, so then there we go. That's exciting. So we have like a really cool announcement coming out next week. I'm excited to share with everyone. So stay tuned for that. You'll definitely hear about it. We'll make a video about it. Got a couple other things coming up too with the website. It's just really exciting times right now with the company. As always, I know I keep saying that, but I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. There is some exciting times. Winter's coming. 32 games tonight. Or sorry, 32 NHL teams tonight. That's where I'll be right there. That's it. Thank you. Jeff, do you got anything to say?
No, sir.
No, come on. Say something. People want to hear from you.
Go Oilers.
All right. Everyone listening, thank you very much. We appreciate the love. We are out. Peace.